of all, I think assault rifles should not be on the street whatsoever, personally. And I think the larger clips should absolutely be outlawed. It's ridiculous. And a lot of the shootings that you hear, one sec. A lot of the shootings, you can keep that going, right? A lot of the shootings, they'll describe that the times that they can actually get in and tackle the assailant is when they're changing clips, when there's a moment. Because what they'll talk about is like with Sandy Hook or other things, that within, the cop was actually on site within 2 minutes of the call of the shooting, but the guy was able to shoot 20 kids in a matter of a few moments. He didn't have to reload, he just kept going.
This groundbreaking gun safety law, called the Brandy Handgun Violence Prevention Act, became a law requiring background checks on all gun sales from licensed dealers. This law has stopped more than 2 million convicted felons, domestic abusers, and individuals with serious mental illnesses from purchasing firearms. California's gun death rate has been cut down by 56% over the past 20 years, according to the Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence.
What are your thoughts on gun control? Should there be less or more control?
Depends on what the community wants, because that's kind of the way it goes. My attitude is that I believe in the Second Amendment. Okay, so if you I think you should have the right to bear arms for your own protection. For people who are into hunting, they should have the right to do that. Target practice is absolutely fine. I don't think civilians should have automatic weapons. Okay?
Right, I agree.
So I have a problem with that. I don't believe in civilians having, I don't want to say weapons of mass destruction, but I don't think civilians should have rocket launchers, okay, and things like that. But for personal self-defense or to defend your family, I don't think there should be anything restricting that. But I think there should be laws restricting possessing a weapon that could kill a lot of people at one time.
What are your thoughts on gun control? Should there be less or more control?
Yeah, I mean, my experience, I've never really been held a gun.
Uh-huh.
I've never really been into guns. I don't feel like a gun around me makes me feel safer. So, especially as a teacher, I think with all the stuff that's happened in schools, I tend to lean definitely for more gun control. I don't think more people having guns makes anyone safer.
Right.
I'm just trying to be fair about it. I guess there are people, if there are dangerous people out there, I get when people want to be protected. But if there was just less across the board, I think there'd be less problems. I think there's a lot of countries that have less guns and have less violence.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't think it's the only reason why, because we have a lot of guns. I think we're a violent society. But yeah, I guess I would say definitely more gun
Kind of understand. On gun control, should there be less or more control?
I think there should be always checks and balances. I don't think anyone should get a weapon because they want one. You know what I'm saying? There's people that should not have weapons.
Measure Z, which passed with 66% of the votes, requires gun owners to report a firearm theft within 48 hours, lock up their guns when not in use, and dispose of magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. Gun dealers would have to keep a log of ammunition sales.
Do you feel like guns are a problem in the city of Los Altos and or at this school?
Okay, well, I don't live in Los Altos, but I did grow up here. Okay. From what I can tell, it is not a problem on the campus of Los Altos High School. Okay. And from what I can tell, although it's been many years since I lived in Los Altos, the idea of guns or people owning guns in the city of Los Altos is not a problem.
Do you feel like guns are a problem here in the city of Los Altos?
In Los Altos itself, I would say that I don't think of this area as being very dangerous.
Okay. And are you a gun owner?
No, I'm not. I would say though my husband is.
All right.
So there's a couple guns around.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's important to have a gun for protection in case of an emergency?
I don't like that. Personally, not at all. What they find a lot of times is there's more damage caused accidentally, or you shoot the wrong person, or other things happen. So unless somebody was trained and really fairly proficient with the use of the gun, I don't think it's a good thing on any level.
Do you feel like it's important to have a gun for protection in case of an emergency? By any chance?
No.
No?
Again, I feel like in emergency situations, people who are trained and that know how to use guns are probably better to have them than people who, like myself, like if I had a gun on me, what am I going to do, you know? I mean,
Right.
Am I going to use it right? Do I even know how to aim it? It's probably better to have someone like a cop, sheriff.
Yeah, someone who's more
People
like,
who know what's
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Alright.
Take someone out if they need to.
Mhm.
Which kind of sucks, but yeah.
Why do you own firearms?
You know, self-defense. You know, like someone breaks in the house. You know, protect my family. Because if someone breaks in the house, they probably have a gun. You know what I'm saying? So I want to at least have something. You know, I can't throw a knife at them, or a baseball. But self-defense, certainly.
How would you react to seeing a man walking around with a holstered pistol on their side?
Well, I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't freak out. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, but considering that we're in California, I'd be suspicious.
Yeah.
You know, because you're not supposed to do that. I think there's permits to conceal weapons, but I don't think you can walk around, unless you're a cop, right? So if I saw a random guy walking the street with a gun out, I'd be concerned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you feel like shooting is a sport, Harvey?
It can be. It can be to some people. It can be. Have you ever had to pull out your firearm for any reason? If yes, why?
If you're a gun owner,
If I'm a gun owner, well, I am a gun owner. If that's, but no, I haven't had to use it here. No, I mean I go to the range, you know, for fun to shoot, but not in like self-defense, you know, situation.
I see the automatically see the wood now.
No, this is what they call an AK.
Yeah.
So I would say that I think that many of the issues that we have in this country with violence are absolutely gun related. So I would be conservative. The National Rifle Association would not be happy with who I am, but I think that's one of those issues that within family, I mean, my dad would be in the NRA and love that and right to bear arms. He'd be way over on that side. I'd be way over on the other side. I don't like him. I just, not at all.